Hello and welcome to Peak Studio's demo on the DB extensions version 2.2. We have two versions, and that's the ASP and PHP. This is our first release of the ASP versions, but we've actually upgraded it all the way to where the PHP 2.2 is now. So to keep it all simple for everyone to understand, we just named it 2.2 and are starting. So I opened up Flash and I saved a file out. All you need to do to create your ASP or PHP is as soon as you open Flash, you create a new file and save it. Wherever you save it is where the files will end up being created, and you just go Other Panels and you'll see the two different panels are right there. So then I just click Create ASP or Create PHP, and I had saved this on the desktop, so what you'll see is I have two folders here, my ASP and PHP folders. All I have to do is go in and set up my DB Connect files, and we have tutorials on both of those, and I'm ready to go. So what makes it so highly interchangeable between ASP and PHP is that the only change is right here. It needs to be set to PHP if we want to use a PHP script. And I'll show you over in the PHP version the difference between ActionScript 2 and 3 between the versions is just the ending part, AS2 or AS3. And then there's a couple little changes in the code between AS2 and AS3, and they're very minute. And I'll show you the differences between those. We're going to be using PHP in this really quick sample, so I'm going to leave that as PHP. And I've uploaded the files already to a location on the internet, so I can start using the Flash IDE by just setting that right here. And I just set up a quick location that I'll delete after this. I'm going to minimize the ASP one. The next thing we need to do to make it so that it works in the Flash IDE is change our security settings. Default's local. We want network. And then we need to make sure that we import our publish setting as well. And we're going to use PHP AS3 for this. And you want to do that first. As you saw, it set that to local files, which is what you want to use when you put it online, but this is just a really nice test environment. All you have to do is switch that and delete this, and you're ready to just put the files online and have them more secure than they are right here. Right here is really just a testing environment. If you ever do need to have the Flash file on a different server from where the database is and the PHP files are, that's an easy way to do that as well though. So I'm just going to do a quick select statement to show you how easy those are. And we're currently in AS2 on this, so I'm going to show you what's on the AS2 version really quick. This is the difference right here, is when the vars are returned, it's a load vars. And that's the only difference between the whole function and the AS3 version, which to change it all you gotta do is just click the version and it tells you what version you're under. As well as anywhere in the system you can always use the right click menu. We have our online help and the different modes, everything else just all set right there for you. So I'm going to do an AS3 select, bring that in, and just so that we can see more than one var listed, I'm just going to put a plus equals there, which we could use text append now with AS3, but I'm just going to leave it that way and it'll still work. So I'm just going to go to my table as hello_world, and I want to bring in the ID, oops, and the message, and then I just want to call my function, and I've already created a dynamic text field up there that's called test for its instance name, and then boom, it's already working. So we have full functionality of the database really quickly. And you can see that little warning for the text append was sitting up there. So the other functions that we have in here built in that, as you saw, I didn't even have to fill in for it to work, is my where, like, what arrays. So I want to find the ID where it's like, and I could use any of these different operators in here, where it's like 2. And so all of the IDs that have a 2 in them come back. If I made that equals to, it would only bring back the one that's number 2. So to bring this into more of a real world situation where you need to bring a variable in, I just have a basic input text here called IT, and I gave it a value of 2 so you can see the same results come back. So it.text, oops, didn't want to type it for me, .text, there we go, and instantly it all comes back from that variable. The next thing is your function string. That's so that we can send strings to the return function. You can always change strings into anything you want in the return function. Then your order by. So if we were to order by ID, right now it's already set to, you know, the ascending. So we're going to do descending so that you see something different. It's just going to reverse the order of everything. So as you see, if I switch that back to ascending really quick. And you just have to use these two different strings, ASC or DESC. And you can see it came back as descending. You can always do a lot of other things in here, and you can watch the other tutorials for setting up variables inside the return functions and controlling the return function more, as well as you can always do joins up top here in the tables, and you can do joins anywhere you want. You can use your join calls then here in your where parts as well as in your order bys, and any of these arrays can be used more than once. So I could order by this and then order by message secondary and just change the array to from a 0 to a 1 on the second row, and I'd have to do it for both of them. Same with the where. I could do where it's like this and it's equal to something else, and then if I want to bring in more things up here as my select, I can have more of them in there, or if I just wanted, you know, one of them, I could always have less, and now it's just bringing back numbers. So there's a ton of stuff that this can do really quickly and really easily for you, and as we get into the other tutorials, we'll get into a bunch more of that kind of stuff for you. Okay, and you also will be getting all the updates for a year when you purchase the plugin, so you won't have to worry about missing out on updates and having to purchase it again. You'll have it for a year of updates, and then after that you just won't be able to get updates again, but you will always still be able to use the extension and everything. We are looking at some really nice updates and features in the coming products here, and we'll be releasing more specs on that stuff coming up here really soon. So we have 2 more plugins that we're making still. We have the .NET and the Java versions that are going to do the same things as these, and they'll all be just as interchangeable. So that is it on this demo, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you like our product. Feel free to leave comments and questions on our blog with anything that you are confused about or want to learn more about. Thanks much. Bye.